And at what point do we say y'all got to do better? You cannot just be having 5 and 6 kids. Shame.
Well, also, I think it also is just
baby shower for your third baby and your third baby daddy. We're not doing it.
Why not? The baby need clothes now.
We're not doing it. We're raising
so the baby gotta be naked because, or well, never mind.
We should have saved the clothes from the last two. We're not doing it. We're not selling. No. We're not celebrating more broken families. We're not celebrating you bring more children into this world that you cannot take care of. You're impoverishing more people. Shame. We're bringing back shame. We can't just say, yeah, Pookie ain't had no daddy, so he's doing whatever he's doing. Okay, at what point do Pookie, get his ass beat? Dishonor. Because in order for you to change your behavior,
I have so much editing to do.
I'm serious.
Matter of fact, I told you about this. This is one of the things I didn't share with the public after being away for a couple of years, right? So, I don't know if I told you, I got a car that was stolen last year, right? Hear me out. It was completely my fault. Completely my fault. It was my fault. Hear me out. Please hear me out. No. Please hear me out. Okay, so I had a bad battery, and I just went to the grocery store like minutes before, and I turned it off. And because I was doing DoorDash when it came to like, just dropping off food just to make some extra funds and stuff like that, it was literally killing our battery. So I was like, oh, let me just leave the car running or my partner's got to go to work. Man, tell me why we heard tires spin off and that car was down the street. By the time we stepped outside, that car was down the street. It was gone. And it had to be some kids that took it because when we got the car back, there was LED lights, Sour Patch Kids, Dr. What was it? Miss Toll's, what is it? Toll's Cookies, I think it was. But anyway, like the point is that I was making is like, there was a moment where like my partner was looking at them. She was like, and now I'm starting to look at these kids that walk near our apartment and stuff like that. And I'm thinking to myself, maybe it was one of them that did it. But then I'm like, but there's no recreational centers where we live. There's not a lot of, there's not community centers. If there are fields and stuff like that, parks that kids can play in, we have this curfew that disproportionately targets like people that look like us. Cause now you have to be of a certain age to even be outdoors. And us growing up, as long as you was at home before the streetlights came on, you was straight. And if somebody knew you were out, that was even better. But now it's like, there's a lot of things that are in place to like, these kids are just doing whatever they need to do or doing just dumb as kids do. Because like, there's not a lot of options. I could sit there and maybe I'm weird. Like I could sit there and like condemn possible children. Cause I don't know that end up stealing our vehicle. We end up getting it back. Praise God. But then there was also a part of me that was just like, but dummy, you left the keys in the ignition. Like there was nobody else. That was like, I didn't see myself as a victim in that moment because I'm looking at, I could sit over here and condemn these kids, but then it's just like, but it's not these kids' fault why their neighborhood is so effed up that they feel like they need to do this. Because when you go to other neighborhoods, more privileged communities and stuff like that, they're not going to feel compelled to do some of the things that they do. And a lot of that is because, unfortunately, of trauma. Whether they recognize it or not, I wouldn't say it's a blame thing. It's more so like, how are you supposed to do better if you don't know any better? So it's just, but now my partner is like, there's something wrong with you. You're almost too Christian. Like you could be pissed at them kids that did that. I'm like, I could, but we got the car back, like.
I think that just we as Black people have to raise the standards. We have to bring shame back. We have to bring bullying back. No, seriously.
No, for real. I feel what you're saying.
And even as men, and I say men specifically because we need strong men. Strong men make strong communities. I'm not arguing with I said what I said. Strong men make strong
Girl,
communities.
You fine. So, have I really had issue with anything you've said this evening?
No, I'm just saying for when it comes out. people are going to come for me. I say what I said. And to that point, I think that those young men, even in that situation, you as a man reaching out and say, hey, I know that you got this and this going on. Come spend some time with me. Let me show you my business, my business sheet. Let me show you what I've been doing. Right. It takes some of that community bringing in. No, those ain't your kids. You're a man. And strong men build strong communities. So I think that, yeah, we have compassion, but we as a Black community have to start raising the standards. We can't just say, yeah, Pookie ain't had no daddy, so he's doing whatever he's doing. Okay, at what point do Pookie get his ass beat? You see what I'm saying? Like, no, seriously.
No, you're fine. You're fine. You're fine. I think it's also because it's been 3 years since I've done this, so it's just like, oh, what could really be said? Could I have prepared myself for that? Not really. No, not really. But yeah, I feel you.
That, but what we allow in our communities. That's what I'm saying. You're allowing them to put another drugstore in your community. You're allowing them to make it a food desert. Where are we at? It goes back to what we were talking about before. You want to talk about the president, what's going on there? Let's talk about your city council. Name a city councilman. Because that's the person that has the power to vote on what goes in your community, what goes on in your community.
That's facts.
I'm not here for the excuses anymore. We've done the excuses for the last 60 years. Martin Luther King was killed in 1965. It's 2025.
Right.
What are we doing, guys? What are we doing? We gonna keep it's poor us. Oh my God, they did it. They're the big bad white man, white supremacy, all the things. Okay, now what?
Right.
Because my children will not inherit an America that is void of me doing anything.
Right.
I'm not okay with it. I'm not okay with it. And I'm not okay with it, not just for my children, but for my family. I have family I told you, I was telling you before, I have family all across this country. It's not fair to them either. And at what point do we say, y'all got to do better? You cannot just be having 5 and 6 kids. Shame.
Well, also, I think it also is just
baby shower for your third baby and your third baby daddy. We're not doing it.
Why not? The baby need clothes now.
We're not doing it. We're raising
so the baby gotta be naked because, well, never mind.
We should have saved the clothes from the last two. We're not doing it. We're not selling. No. We're not celebrating more broken families. We're not celebrating you bringing more children into this world that you cannot take care of. You're impoverishing more people. Shame. We're bringing back shame. We're not. No.
I wouldn't say shame. I wouldn't say shame. We're bringing back accountability. Like
accountability and shame. It's shame on you. Shame on your cow. Shame on your mama's
cow.
A
Mulan? Is that a Mulan reference?
Yes.
Lord have mercy.
Be comfortable just being willy-nilly and having all of these babies, especially, we want to talk about Black men, Black women, whatever. But again, at the end of the day, it's the women that are having the babies. Okay. I've never seen a man give birth. Okay. I don't care what they're telling you. So at what point do Black women take accountability? You keep raising sons without fathers. That's you. Shame. You need to be ashamed of yourself. You should be ashamed of yourself. Or at least
can we use a different word? Only because listen, because I'm very big on like language. Even though you've dropped hella bombs on here, that's not what I'd have an issue with. But I'm more so like conviction. You know what I'm saying? Because conviction is the goodness of God, right? Shame led Judas to himself. You know what I'm saying? So like that's why when I'm like, can it not be shame? Can it just be like we care? we give a you look, man. When I say Mr. Lee with love, that's a big thing. That's a real thing for me. I just think that for me personally, I do believe that we do need to get back to accountability. I do believe we need to get back to not excuse making. And that's kind of what I've been trying to do, especially after becoming a new father and stuff like that. A lot of times is I recognize, and I've talked to my partner, I'm like, I don't think we're going to have any more kids. That doesn't mean that when my kids turn 18, the fathering should stop. I'm not talking about just for my kids, but then there's kids in my neighborhood. Not saying that some of them might actually have parents. That's fine. But being involved, like you be like, it's funny, like when that stuff happened, when the car got stolen and stuff like that, I had people in my neighborhood like, yo, I've seen your car 1,000 times. We don't get that thing back. Wait, matter of fact, what's your tag? We'll be the ones to call it in just in case. Like people took care of us, and that's oddly what I was encountered with where I live, because you know where I live. It's not always the case, but I think it is a sad thing, because when it gets to like, man, we don't even have the same grandmothers that we used to have. Like it does suck. Like, man, we don't even got the same big mama off of soul food that we used to have, where family and community
16 years older than mama. So what are we talking about? And so, yeah, I hear what you're saying about like the word shame, but I feel like conviction comes after dishonor. Right. It comes after guilt. But we're not giving them none of that. We're celebrating.
If not even God yourself. If not even God yourself. I feel you.
And my thing is, we're celebrating you having your third baby with the third man. No, you don't get a party. No, absolutely not. Dishonor. Because in order for you to change your behavior,
I have so much editing to do.
I'm serious. In order for you to change your behavior, you have to be encountered with something that is uncomfortable. She gonna do it again. She got a party for the last 3.
But we gotta definitely show. I always say that, like, and this is where, like, I think where you and me balance each other out. Pointing it out is one thing. Showing them another option is also important and permanent too. Like, yes. We can't just sit over here and diagnose a sickness without administering the medicine. Like, I feel you on that.
Yeah, I think that change behavior comes with uncomfortability. And this, I've learned this just from working with kids. If you keep allowing him to do whatever he's doing and you just say stop, he gonna keep doing it. Like, you have to instill some kind of standard, change your behavior, dishonor. Like, no, you don't get access to Miss Lee when you're yelling and cussing. I'll wait.
Right.
You're not gonna talk to me like that. I'll wait. I don't care if you talk to your mama, your daddy, your bald-headed grandpa. I don't care. You're not gonna talk to me like that. Right. And that's the standard. And so I see a lot of the times children that are mad respectful to me, me and them like this. And are disrespectful to their parents.
Right.
And it's like, oh my God, I can't get them to do da-da-da. You don't hold them accountable. You don't do what you say you're going to do. You say you're going to take the phone and you ain't never took the phone.
Cruelty like charity begins at home.